friends get way more than 10 when you get here. You can get here. I put my hand on the Bible, the Lord is my witness, that KB is closer than blood. I got that HGA tatted right next to my heart, so you know it's gonna always be love. Don't need no contracts or labels, you know he got him a seat at my table. Hope you little bro, so I'm willing and able. I keep some riders at home in the stable. Whoa, 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 I done told it all, but I still got more. Remember when the folks got killed next door? Partner told me still pills not blow. Shorty told me my career won't blow. Swear I don't care about the status. Why would I contract when God is my daddy? Take all my records, my money, my Grammys, I'm still gonna direct it, and you can imagine. Jesus the king, I'm his prophet. Send me to Nineveh, I get it poppin'. They seeing interviews where I ain't with it. I say come see what I do in my city. From cooling with Kendrick to walking through Romans with people in prison. Let me stop talking, cause man, I've been did it. Can't let my left hand on my right position. Y'all just gonna have to see when I transition. I can't tell it all, man. Let's go.
Oh, you thought we was done? Man, every day, it's been months. You gotta get used to it by now. We just don't stop, baby. Think you don't ring back. You already know. Show up every single day, baby, until you are done. Breath in our lungs, dog, you don't stop.
Oh, hell, if they don't like it, I might turn up by myself. I don't need opinion, no, I did this for myself. For myself, hey. I just remember I'm dope, yeah. I just remember I'm fly, yeah. They try to say me humble, don't you know I'm made like God, yeah. All in my blood tight, I was on straight for 100 nights. Big done trying to get it done right. Compare myself down, never ever, but believing myself now, I'm never good, yeah. Just to run the blessing and anxiety. Just to all stressing what I'm trying to be. I'ma get live, because I'm so live. And if I ain't got it, ain't no way I'm getting on it. I ain't drunk. I ain't drunk. I ain't drunk. As long as the breath on my lungs. I ain't drunk. I ain't drunk. I ain't drunk. As long as the breath on my lungs. I ain't drunk. Just came out of the winter. Just came out like a winner. Had a breakdown, could've stayed down, figure. Rather die trying than to live like quitter. Woo. Yeah, my problem big, but I my God way bigger. What you expect once you level up? Don't you know the boss is bigger? Yeah, used to spend a lot of time comparing myself. Then I spent a lot of time comparing myself. Turning to the doubt, then the fear of myself. Never thinking to the point I wasn't fearing myself. Now I know why Chappelle went missing. Now I know why Brick got the Clippers. Now I know why Ye started tripping. The pressure and the expectation gets ya. Oh, hell, if they don't like it, I might turn up by myself. I don't need opinion, no, I did this for myself. For myself, hey. Just to run the blessing and anxiety. Just to all my stress and what I'm trying to be. I'ma get live, cause I'm still live. And if I ain't die, ain't no way I'm giving up. I ain't drunk. I ain't drunk. I ain't drunk. As long as the breath on my lungs. I ain't drunk. I ain't drunk. I ain't drunk. As long as the breath on my lungs. I ain't drunk. I know you feel like you can't change. I know you think it'll always be the same. I wanna be full of potential again, but I ain't done. I'm a young man, than what I came for. Cause I work hard, I got everything I prayed for. Money came fast, so now I take my day slow. Me and Gray, just like MJG and A-Ball. Talk that talk, I just bought the flowers on a weekday. Baby, why would I cheat? You my cheat day. You a treat, you a snack. Fighting with your jeans, cause you got it like that. Well, okay, tell me what y'all fake. Mad about the day, now I'm great. Cause I remember when I ain't have a way on a date. Only had enough to pay for matinee. Now I'm straight, every morning feeling like it's Saturday. Well, they doing nothing, got a lot to say. How you never had COVID, you still got no taste. Talk, girl, I used to date. She pretend we was friends. She like, OMG, know it's been a minute. Tell me where you been, huh? Been about it. Hey, back up off me, man, it's getting crowded. Hey, when I'm in Cali, got it in and out. Whole lot of goofies in the spot, so I'm dipping at it. Adios. In the gym, getting brolic. At the party, won't bother anybody. Always kept it solid. You know I always kept it solid. Riding through the city in the place I dwell. Two young fellas in the ATL. Never cause trouble when we out in the streets, but then that's the sound of the police. I was shook, he was shook, but I kept it cool. Pulled us over on his shoulder just to say he dug the tunes. Then he let me off with a warning, we was on our way. 45 in a 50 till I hit the highway. Been about it, glory to the Father, I don't do the drama. I went vegan for the weekend, now I'm back to beef and broccoli. Sipping sake, practice wabi sabi, I don't need a body. My girl got that body yaddy, when we walk inside the party, they like, OMG, know it's been a minute, tell me where you been, huh? Been about it. Hey, back up off me, man, it's getting crowded. Hey, when I'm in Cali, got it in and out. Whole lot of goofies in the spot, so I'm dipping at it. Adios. In the gym, getting brolic. At the party, won't bother anybody. Always kept it solid. You know I always kept it solid.
Andrew, how have people never had COVID and they end up with no taste, man?
You know, me and Donald Trump are the only people known to man to beat COVID in less than 24 hours. We're superior people. So I don't know about having no taste. When it hit me, I bounced back and I was eating oranges and they tasted great. So I don't know what kind of COVID they got other places, but American COVID, or maybe just the American immune system, like mine, it just doesn't feel it. But guys, this is coming in clutch, powered by Ring Bet. If this is your first time here, welcome. We do this every single day. We show up every day, so you don't have to, but you probably should. Otherwise, you're going to miss some of the alpha. You're going to miss some of the sports bet, and you're going to miss the vibe. So, guys, do us a favor. Make sure you follow me, Clutch, and the Clutch Foundation so you guys don't miss this. Also, guys, repost the space. Say what's up in the comments. Hit tag some friends. Bump us up the algorithm a little bit. You never know if you're going to, bump us up the feed. Someone sees this. They come in here, learn something, go out and find something all of us miss, bring it back to coming in clutch, and we all make $1 million off it. So let's get some people in here, really provide some value today, baby. These are always fun episodes, man. We have our trade talks on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So we're all about the profits then. We get all the analysis we need on the markets then. And then today we chill, we vibe, we talk a little bit about what's going on, and we let a lot of projects chill. So if you got a project and you want to chill, this is probably the space to be. Tag some projects too, guys. I'm gonna throw out our topics for the day, our check-in question, all that good stuff. Then we'll hear from our sponsors, and then we'll really get into it. But guys, here's our topic for the day. Our word of the our check-in question for the day is ApeCoin. It's live on Solana. They're pushing it. What do you guys think about this though? Ape had it started on Ethereum. The Bored Apes are one of the most probably one of the most prolific projects on Ethereum. And then the ApeCoin is supposed to be its own blockchain, but now here is on Solana. What do you guys think? I'm curious. Next thing, if we get to the rest of the topics, we get to them or not. We'll talk about them on the stream later. But next one is Israel. They linked 187 wallets to Iran's Revolutionary Guard. Then Tether actually blacklisted those wallets. How do you guys feel about this? Next is Fidelity. They predict 25% of the Bitcoin supply will become illiquid or locked up by the end of the year. I don't know. That's a pretty big number, but I'm wondering, do you guys think that's possible? Then next is American Express launched a travel stamp NFT on base. Kind of cool, right? You go travel and they can, stamp your NFT for you. I think it's kind of tight. I'm wondering, do you guys think this is signaling that NFTs are heating up? And finally, who should we let shill a day? If there's a project you want to get on in here, tag them. If you're a project, get your community in here. We want to see a bunch of people. Well, guys, I'm going to throw out a quick word from our sponsors. Then we'll check in with everybody. But our sponsor is Rainbet Casino. It's our decentralized casino at choice. It's where we play some blackjack, pull that digital slot machine, and do some sports betting with the homies. And man, when we win, and we've been winning, man. Clutch told you the record when we started the space, and we've been winning. And when we win, Clutch sends out some Solana to somebody in the space. So get over there, create an account, check it out. While you're over there, check out the 20K weekly raffle. Every $500 wagered gets you one free entry. We get a bunch every week. And when we finally win it, we're going to split it amongst everybody in the space that creates an account. So get over there, create your account, and drop the username in the comments so we know who to split it with. So let's do it, guys. Let's run it up. Let's build that gambling bankroll while we're building that trading portfolio, and while we're building that DJ meme trading portfolio. We're making money from all angles, baby. That's why this space isn't going anywhere. We stay locked in. But yeah, let's get into it. I want to talk about it. Let's start the check-in. Let's start with Hermit. Hermit, man, how do you feel about ApeCoin coming to Solana? I was waiting for you to call out. I'm like, man, if Hermit calls ApeCoin, it's going to go on a major run. I've had the Telegram open nonstop. You haven't called it, so I'm like, man, we got to have a topic about it. But Herman, how's it going, man? And what do you think about ApeCoin coming to Solana?
Good morning, everybody. I will say, like, it just doesn't make sense. You have your own chain, so why go to another chain? And like, I'm not sure, like, there's a reason I never called it. I think Lynchy put it in there because just kind of sit there and say, hey, ApeCoin's now on Solana, and it was like 60 cents. So I, I get it. It's I don't like, it makes zero sense. Like, why have your own chain when you're just going to go to another chain for some of it? Like, I mean, maybe there's a reason. There's obviously going to be some sort of reason, and they're trying to get some of that Solana liquidity over to Ape Chain. But past that, like, I don't. To me, it just makes zero sense. It makes zero sense to have your own chain and then bridge over to another chain, or have, like, wormhole it or whatever you want to do. But I mean, more power to them, I guess. Yeah, there's a reason why I didn't call that one at all. But hey, like, keep your eye on it, I guess. And who knows? Like, again, I'll assume, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt that they have some sort of actual plan with why they're doing what they're doing. But yeah, just do it on your own chain. But do a better job. Like, I know there's ape spaces out there. I've been on some. I just never wanted to. Like, I have some ape chain NFT or something that I got for free, but past that, that's it. Like, I'm not going over there and, like, gonna spend a bunch of money on ape chain stuff. So yeah, do better, I guess. Like, that's my take on it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I guess if your chain was crushing it, you wouldn't see the need to come to Solana. But they're not the first ones. Helium used to be its own blockchain, and they came to Solana. I think it was almost peak bear market when that happened.
Yeah, but I think, like, their whole reasoning, I think, behind that was probably more of an infrastructure thing than actual, like, I mean, because they have their own product. Like, eh, this is alpha for those of you that are salespeople and you want to get small businesses on into crypto, and like, easy, like, as far as I'm concerned, doing it easily. Um, Start shilling some helium miner Wi-Fi things, just hotspots, and just write up your contract, a 50-50 contract or something like that. And they get 50%, you get 50%. And yeah, you have to put up some capital for the hotspot, or you can have them put up some capital and then adjust the percentages, but yeah, like that to me had like an actual like I think the reasoning behind it was more just better infrastructure in that regard. So that was like a strategic move for Helium. Ape Chain, again, I don't know the purpose of it. So once I find out what the purpose is, maybe I'll be like, yeah, dude, that actually was a smart move, you know, and I'll just walk back my comment of I think it's dumb, but whatever. I'm not afraid to sit there and say, yeah, I was wrong. It was a smart move. Whatever they did, that was a smart move, or whatever they're going to do. So I'll just say that. I'll wait to see what they actually accomplish. If it's just to move port over and not actually do anything, then it makes no sense. But if they're actually doing something, cool.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I don't know why they did it or anything beyond that they decided to do it. But we got Fiddy up here, man. Fiddy, I'm curious on your thoughts on ApeCoin coming to Solana, and if you know the real why behind it or anything. Can anyone else up here, Fiddy?
No, I think he's talking. He's like, let me remove him from co-host, and I'll chuck him co-host again. Yeah, be rugging. I just shot you co-host again, Fiddy. Yeah, I've been looking for like the real specific reason, but I'm only looking at what the sentiment behind that is, which is truly, which truly comes down to everyone else is doing it, so why won't we? That's just kind of, if I'm being honest, that's what it feels like. But
Were you guys talking to me?
yeah, we were. You were rugging that 3 co-host, but no, we were asking if you happen to know the official reason why Ape Chain's coming to Solana.
Yeah, because they really weren't doing shit on Ape Chain.
Okay, so I was right. You see what I'm saying? Because you got to. And that was the answer, dude.
I
love
mean,
it,
like
Fiddy.
nobody come. I mean, you come where the volume's at. It's really simple. I mean, don't make it complicated. I mean, how many of you guys went in and did something?
I started on ETH, bro, and I ended up at BNB, and then I ended up at Solana. So I can tell you, as one of those guys that chased the volume and the money.
Yeah, but I don't think we ever took a pit stop on the Ape Chain.
No, listen, I'm not mad at the Ape Chain. They tried. They're still doing whatever they're doing. But at the end of the day, like, why aren't they doing the same thing on Solana? It's the same. It's just one less step. And plus, think of all the new holders you'll be able to get in Solana that aren't willing to go and try something new.
No, I see that. So what happens to the NFTs and stuff that are already on Ape Chain? Is all that stuff migrating over?
I don't know. It's a good question. I really haven't even looked into that. I actually have a call with one of the guys this week, but I have no idea. But guess what? Last night I had one of your friends, Clutch. You were on the space sleeping. He has an eggs project, and he said he's your best friend, and he says you have a dozen eggs from him. I don't know who that is. I forgot his name, but he said he's supposed to be here at 9 a.m.
What's his name?
I don't know, but he had an egg project.
Oh, the egg guy. Oh, dude, they're launching. They're supposedly like the egg intern.
Rotten eggs?
So the rotten eggs, yes.
I don't know, but
it's legit the rotten eggs guy?
Bro,
he
can I explain to you guys real quick then?
He kept telling me that he's gonna he said he's gonna surpass the Pudgy Penguins. He kept saying that.
Oh, so they're obviously
they're
bullish on themselves. Well, Fiddy, here's what they're working on.
I said, why? Why do you? What?
Well, no, let me tell you. You might be rugging a bit because there's a little pause. Look, what I'm saying is they have a contract with Netflix, and they also have a contract to make I think it was like a 12 or a 22 part cartoon series. Is he rugging? I walked away. I swear, bro.
No. I just.
But yeah, so that's why they're saying they're going to be bigger because they already have the Netflix contract. If you remember when they launched,
Is it legit though?
Well, dude, I'm just telling you what they said. I don't know nothing legit.
Well, yeah, because I remember like 2 years ago they had the Netflix contract,
Yeah,
but
I know. I'm just telling, dude. Fetty mentioned it, and I'm only mentioning why. I don't know if I believe, but what I
just
do
thought,
know, the intern guy is the
I
one
just
that's
thought
always been a supporter of mine. Oh man,
Dad.
this is this is uh this is low quality entertainment.
I thought it was rugged. I was like, am I the one that rugged? Did everybody get quiet?
What it is, I think Fitty has a slight delay because we never do this. Me and Fitty, we operate on a momentum basis. We always do this, but yeah, Fitty, you might be in some crappy reception here. The whole thing with the rotten
Can you
eggs.
hear me now?
I can hear you now. What's up, bro? Where you at? Are
Okay,
you at
so
home or are
so
you out on the
because
road?
I figured you would know about this
Oh,
topic.
no, well, look, here's what I do know. The Rotten Egg page has been a supporter of mine for a very long time. I first met the intern before anybody else when we were hosting our spaces, Coffee and Crypto. They became close. They had a job that they were looking for spaces hosts and all these things. So we were actually working on going on the Rotten Egg team. Do you remember that, Andrew? With the two devs, they were going to dev some
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah. And then those devs got screwed by the Rotten Eggs. But it wasn't the dude on the main account. It was Brennan and the other dude, bro, that were on camera rocket. Like they did an
Yeah, I remember.
apology video. Yeah, they did an
And they tried to
apology
pin it
video.
on the one dude who reached out to us and proved that like it wasn't him.
Yes. And the reason why we knew it wasn't him was because we were actually cool, right? We were working on this and they were trying to hire us. That was actually one of our first to be paid gigs at the time. We ended up not getting it. All that drama happened. We built the game afterwards. But basically, what ended up happening is, dude, they kept like, I think it was like 200K worth of mint and raise funds and they just essentially like rug the project. The where it gets hairy is they were trying to blame other people and other people were trying to blame them. Some of the other people, you guys should know this person was King Fudd. Did you ever have a run-in with King Fudd, Fitty? Like, are you cool with that fool or not? Like, I'm all right with him. I unfollowed that fool after years, but he has a big account. He was known in the industry because he was with Shill and Villain and they freaking had some back and forth basically where that fool or they're saying that fool took some of the money. So who knows? All I know is all the min funds, it was like 3,000 Solana, right around a $40-$50 Solana price. And they ended up keeping all of it, man. So yeah, it was like under 200K, but I know it was around 3,000 Solana, Andrew.
Yeah, I remember it was a big number, and they yeah, so like they tried to pin it on the one kid, but then like I could even go back and find the messages too, because the dude sent me DMs of their chat to where they were funding wallets to manipulate the mint and just like selling and all kinds of shady stuff. And so like we just backed them into a corner to where there was no way out of it. But we honestly didn't have that big of a platform back then either, so it never really picked up traction. But I think Shill and Villain actually brought Shill and Villain was like say what you want about Shill and Villain, but Shill and Villain always trusted us when it came to calling people on their BS. Because remember, like what my first interaction really with Shill and Villain was calling out those damn, what were those two gay brothers, man?
Bro, the gay boys we met in Miami. They did Vandos. The
Yeah.
Vandos. Yeah.
But that's when me and Shill and Villain, first kind of became somewhat cool. It was like he was like, man, how come nobody's talking about this? And I was like, homie, I got all the tea and just blasted it. Opened up DMs with dude, how he was using his community for extra liquidity. Again, they tried to pin it on another dude, and that dude reached out to me and proved that he wasn't a part of it.
What was his name,
So,
Andrew? Dingleberries?
dude, it was what was
Something berries. I called them dingleberries.
Dude, I can't remember.
Frank the Gods platformed those guys. They promoted their launch. That was one of the reasons why I knew Frank the Gods was a scumbag piece of crap.
Honestly, that was the first true tell, and like it wasn't like a real public tell. You kind of had to know what was going on behind the scenes with it, and how those guys moved. And they were friends with Frank, actually, for
Correct.
real. Like, it's not like they were just like randomly guys members. Like, those dudes hung out.
So it's important to make a realization here for people that we're not just talking out of our asses making up things. We met the Vandal sisters, they're brothers, but we met them
Dude, the
at
Vandal sisters. I think I gotta drop a token called that and put their pictures on
the
it.
Vandal sisters and put their names on it, dude. That'll be sick. So, anyways, we met them in Miami and they kept trying to get us to manipulate our mint and our stuff that we wanted to do. He kept talking like, I'll do this, da, 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 and we're just like, bro, just it was obvious when dudes were trying to grift, get money out of us. Because at that time when we were at NFT Miami 2022, it had been what, less than a week or two that I had given Andrew 100K. So word had gotten around that, yo, that guy's loaded. And me and Andrew did a giveaway at NFT Miami, $1,000 cash. We had the biggest, baddest booth
We
right there.
shut down NFT Miami.
We
Like,
shut it
everybody
down.
was at our booth.
Yeah, it was tight because we get there's actually videos of me speaking on a loudspeaker, and Andrew, we're both standing on a chair on top of the desk, bro. It's just, there's so many people, and Tommy Wu is right there, and he's cheering us on. Tommy Wu's famous old poker player, has been on Family Guy. He's a scumbag too. F that guy. But at that time, he was rooting for us, bro. And he had given Andrew and I some acting lessons to, like, in case y'all wonder how I'm like good with spaces, and y'all, some of y'all met me in person and y'all know how I roll. Like, dude, I picked up some things from that guy when he was teaching you and I that Saturday night, bro, when we were kicking it with that fool. He gave us a lot of like little honestly little nuggets, dude, that just super super important. And that guy was trying to get money from us also. But here's the thing: after we came back from Miami, over that relationship with the Vandal sisters, Frank was accepted a meeting with Andrew and I on where was it? Where we meet up with him on? I don't know if it was like,
I feel like it was Zoom or
it
Google
might have been
Meets.
a Zoom, bro. Me, you, and Frank the Gods got on a Zoom call and he promised to help us. That, yeah, no, we're good. We're gonna do this. Nope. That was another false promise, but not enough to call him a piece of crap. Whatever. People break their word all the time. That's nothing. It was really when it was obvious that Frank was using his NFT collection to get whitelists from other people, and then there was like 3 to 5 of them that were just stealing all the whitelists and acting like they were giving them away, but they were keeping it, sweeping, mass manipulating NFT collections, and then just rugging them, using them as exit liquidity. They were the first ones that started really emptying into bids, bro, like the loans and all that stuff during that time. These guys were some grade A scumbags. So F you, LA Vape Cabal and Frank. Fitty used to be in the LA Vape Cabal, but he's not anymore. Because once he learned they took his bags of chocolates, he left. It's okay,
That
Fiddy,
is
I'm proud of
absolutely
you.
not true. I'm actually with Frank D Gods right now.
Oh, you're
Where
still
actually
in
he
the LA
just
Vape
left the
Cabal?
vape store.
He's sitting on your
Yeah,
lap.
say hi, Frank.
Who sits on whose
Wait,
lap?
here's Frank. Say hello. Frank's gonna say hello. Hold on.
Hey, Frank.
Say hi.
Fran-
How are you guys?
Hey, how are you?
Hey,
Yes, Frank.
Francisca. How are you,
Frank is
Francisca?
yeah. No, it's he had the blue strain from the vape store, so it makes him sound a little girly. But
It's just
He's
a little rough.
transitioning right now.
I gotcha. It's
yeah,
part of the
yeah.
transition.
We're on our way to pick up the rest of the vape cabal guys. I don't remember who they are, but we're picking them up.
Yeah, man. But that was our first tell with Andrew. We had a run in with Frank and the Vandals crew and all that. Andrew and I could have. Oh, go ahead.
One thing that I never pointed out to you, but I thought about a couple times since Clutch.
Okay.
I bet we had a run in with Frank there too, and like I think that was part of it, knowing that like, oh yeah, these guys aren't going to be down for that type of stuff, because Frank was part of their crew, but he wasn't doxxed yet. But like, they were moving, they came to our party. Like, Frank didn't come to our party for sure, but you know, like I'm sure we had a run in with Frank down there, just based on them
I
being
seen
around there.
Frank. No, I told you this that I remember seeing that fool. Once he got doxxed and all that, I was like, bro, I seen that fool. He was with them.
Oh yeah,
He was. No, I ran into him. I don't think you were. You were gone. You were with Tommy Tsunami. And I was hanging out. And then there was this other tall ass dude that was with them, bro. That fool was like 6'8". Do you remember that giant ass dude?
yeah, I remember that dude.
Yes, he was rocking the top hat. He's the one that introduced me to Frank the Gods, bro. But he didn't introduce him as Frank. He just introduced
That
him
makes
as
sense because the top hat dude was super tight in too.
exactly, bro. And I met, So Big Rain, his twin brother. We met all of those guys, and they realized right away, damn, that Clutch guy, we can't buy that guy. We got rejected by the cabal because of me, if we're being honest, Andrew. Like, it was always me standing on these values, like F these hoes, and they knew it. And that's why they never messed with us, dog. Like, the proof was in the pudding. When they promised to help, they didn't. They promised to ape, they wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? Every promise they ever made was just a false promise. And of course, once you sold your D God, it was like, yeah, that was like the nail in the coffin that we for sure had no chance at, like, making it inside with that little cabal. But it's okay, because for me, I don't need the money. I want the money. If I would have had the money by doing those sort of things, man, I'll probably jump off a cliff.
Oh, yeah, man, I'd rather do it the right way. Let all the homies win with us. Truly learn the space, right, and not just how to extract from the space. That's really what that whole group was a an in-depth education on how to extract from the space. But here we give an in-depth education on how to extract from the space via perps trading, via trading, some meme coins on runs, and how to buy the pullback, sell the tops, and stuff like that. But not extracting from your friends or people that trust you or believe in you. And that's a scummy way to make money, in my opinion. But it is what it is.
People don't like, I wonder what the other side thinks of us, right? Like, the listeners, you guys are probably thinking, like, man, are they lying? Are they telling the truth? Did Clutch really give Andrew 100 grand leading up to NFT Miami? Nah,
I
man.
hope
There's
I hope you
100,000
did, because
pennies
I
there.
paid back like 70 from my own pocket.
I'm surprised you didn't run off with my money, Andrew. When I gave him the money, I was like, man, what's this? And I am not going to say this dude is going to do. I may have said another word. But just saying, I was like, man, 100 racks to this dude. He's sure talking like 100 grand, no matter, because you were involved with money and all that as well. So you made me feel that 100 grand wasn't going to change your life, which it didn't. You were trying to change other people's lives with it by giving them employment. And instead, bro, I was paying Andrew's crew $800 a week per person. With us than they were outside of Web3, and here I am with 3.
And then they still weren't showing
and
up.
they still weren't showing up, and then had the decency to call me a scumbag when I cut their paycheck off after 5 weeks. I think I paid like, because we were paying like $4 grand a week. And after like the 5th week or so, and I reached out to Andrew, and I'm like, bro, you're gonna have to let me take care of this. Because he was a nice guy with them. There was crew. Andrew's a nice guy. You guys might think he's an asshole. He's not. I freaking had a call with them all when I basically said, none of y'all are getting paid anymore. It was one of those calls. Like, it's my money. We're not minting out. You guys aren't showing up. F y'all. And then by the time that trip was done, Andrew paid me back 55 of the 100K. And then Andrew and I, over our friendship in the last few years, he paid off 100 grand. In case you guys have ever wondered what types of people are those that would pay back such a massive amount, Andrew, look at him right there. Fitty, take a look at this black, light-skinned, caramel, fake, black, acting Asian, white vibes, freaking acting Canadian when it behooves him. And then he turns around and talks mucho Spanish as if he's Mexican. I don't even know what kind of guy he is, but I can tell you, well, culturally speaking, but what I can tell you, he's a man that pays back 100 grand. I loaned his ass 100 grand. It took him 2 freaking years. But you're looking at someone that said, Clutch, I do not want to lose that type of friendship. He knew what kind of person I was. We had already known each other for a few years, but that showed me what kind of person he was. He paid back 100 grand that most of it did not go to his stupid pocket.
I don't think any of it did. I'm not
We
gonna
We
get
have
like
fun in Vegas, bro. You and I, we probably dropped
yeah.
20 to 30 grand just on me and you in Vegas. It was fun.
You mean
Not Vegas,
Miami?
Miami. Yeah, bro. We ate.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say like we ate great in Miami. We did a lot of fun stuff, and I didn't pay a dime. So like, yeah, I did see some of it.
But what's crazy is your whole crew got to spend time with someone that had just made like 5-6 mil, and I was balling at that time. I was just thinking, "What do you want? Sure, get it." I was getting everybody drinks, but I always looked at Andrew and I'm like, "You pay for your own alcohol, dog. I've never paid for other people's alcohol. Never. I don't care if you work for me. No, miss me with that. I won't even pay for your weed. I'll smoke with you, but no." And that was some fun times. And I think, honestly, I'm probably the reason why the poor started acting out against you, Andrew, because they saw that I was balling. They probably thought you was balling that hard too. So they started hating on you and treating you like dirt, acting like, oh, why are you only giving me $800 a week? I could not believe that. The one dude in particular, he knew that Andrew's co-founder had another token project, and he never told you. And yet, oh, bro, that Cody guy, F that freaking guy. If he comes back and listens to these, I want him to know you're a coward and one of the worst people in this space, even though you were such a nice guy. You probably never cursed. He acted like that whole Southerner, Mr. Wanna Be Perfect guy. Man, that guy's a filth. One of the dirtiest ones. Takes your paycheck, acts like a Christian man, and then doesn't even show up. So I don't even know what Christians would do that. You know, I don't know many Christians that would do that. Take your paycheck and then disappear for weeks and then give you the whole, well, I already got a job, man. I'm busy. Like, bro, I would wanted to capitulate on that guy because he's the one we treated the nicest.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's on us to judge his face based on that because nobody's going to be a perfect Christian. But I think as a man, yeah, we can judge him on that activity.
No, that's true. I'm just saying he acted like that. I remember me and him.
That was I 100% remember that because that's when like I hadn't really found my way to the faith yet, or I was like in the process because like I was just noticing all the stuff from success books, and I heard you and him talking about it, and you know, so I'm like, you know, and that particular time it really sparked my interest in the faith. So like I 100% remember all those conversations, you know, with him and you know him talking about it and stuff, but. He was just and I don't want to air the dude's personal business out, but like he was just a coward in general. And there was stuff in his life that led that, and like I just think it was more of like a pussy that took some money, and then when it came time to execute, he was like, oh, he felt the first obstacles, and you know he ran away like pussies do.
We would have been better off, bro, if I just minted out the whole collection myself, wash traded it like Frank and the Vandals crew and all that, bro. We would have became the cabal then. I mean, we have a very awesome cabal now. Our cabal is not a dirty cabal. We're a cabal of opportunities. Like, I want you guys to know this is crazy, right? This is a vision we had 4 years ago when we started hosting spaces, Andrew and I, 3.5, almost 4 years ago. We wanted to provide work for people. So now I'm not going to throw your guys' business out there, but let me mention this. Timbo getting paid for spaces. Massimo and Ebo got paid for spaces. We have Hermes just landed a pay for spaces job as well. We have Hash got paid for spaces. I now have one more job coming up with one weekly space. I need spaces host, guys. Truly. We've been wanting to curate spaces host forever because we knew we needed help. It's time. There's a lot of people that need employment. They need employees, right? These employers, they can't do it on their own. They don't understand the stomping grounds of Web3. So if you think you are a capable Web3, mind, okay, so if you think your mind is good enough, right? Like, I know this space, I can communicate it on any level with anyone. It, like, for example, I'm not a dev, but I can talk to any dev because I know enough to just keep the conversation going, right? So my point is, if you're one of those guys that can hold the conversation with DeFi, TradeFi, leverage trading, you can talk NFTs, you can talk different protocols, you can talk liquidity, you can talk history, right? Like, yo, this time 3 years ago, blah, 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 right? Like, if you're one of those guys, reach out to me. I am hiring. I am bringing Web3 work to Americans and internationals of all races, of all faces. It don't matter. I will tell you though, I'm gonna be out in the open. I will not work for people that I don't equally align with. So you guys should know what that means. It's nothing disrespectful. I don't care what your faith is. You have the power to have whatever faith you want. But I do want to let y'all know I'm on an equally yoked campaign.
That's what I was gonna say. That equally yoked, my boy. You always say that so well.
I want the job, bro.
All right. We'll talk offline. More sponsorships, more contracts. We need Raiders. We need this. We need that. We need all of it. Freaking wake up, baby. It's time.
It's time. It's time, man. We went down Storybook Lane. Look where it led us. Back to the old days. But let's check in with everybody, Clutch, man. We haven't really even talked to anybody.
Is it time to tell you guys what I bet already? Because I've been making my bets.
Yeah. Well, first of all, let's quickly talk about this before we check in. The Chargers perfectly last night, right? What was the final score in that game, Andrew? Do you happen to know? I didn't check.
I don't know at the top of my head, to be honest.
The Chargers won, right?
It was like 20-9. It was like, yeah,
something like that, right?
20-9.
So we didn't even have to buy the 1 point, but we got it, baby. Freaking dude, up 24 and freaking 10. Andrew is 0-3 with his friends' picks. Together, we are 24-13, betting out in the open, giving y'all some massive, massive value. Not to mention, I haven't even kept up with Fiddy's record. He's batting 600 as well. He hardly misses any of his tickets.
I lost one game in football so far. That's it.
Sick.
One game, but I have not bet. I have not bet as many as you guys. But I got to tell you,
it's only 2 weeks in. It's only 2 weeks in for the football
Yeah, but listen,
season,
there's five teams that did not support Charlie Kirk, so I will not be betting those 5 teams or watching their football.
Which are they?
One of them Cincinnati, which I predicted to win.
What? I picked Cincy this weekend also.
I know, but
those are your boys.
I know, but I don't like this. I don't like anybody who doesn't support. I don't like.
I feel you. I got Jamal.
Yeah,
I got Jamar Chase on my fantasy squad too.
I don't know. All I know is I've been winning on weird stuff.
Define not support though, Fiddy, before, because that's a pretty big.
I'll find if you just type in the list of the game people aren't supporting, they'll show them to you.
So is non-support? Does that include that they're also using words against?
No, I don't believe
they're just staying out of it.
They're just staying out of, which might not be a bad thing, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
because at the end of the day, because at the end of the day, not everybody has to be political, but you could always just support as far as the man's life, and that's it. You don't have to go into the whole speech. Support him as a person. So like when you have like 70% or 80% of the football teams that posted a picture of him and just said, R.I.P. Charlie. That's it. You don't have to go political because you don't want to piss off any side, whatever. Fine. I get it. I don't agree with it, but it's fine. But for some reason, there's a lot of people talking about it, and I don't know. And I believe this morning Taylor Swift bought football.
Well, let me add this because this is serious. Not to damper the mood, but it is kind of sad. They are now attacking, like, people that support Charlie Kirk are going to start getting attacked. They're already threatening. I would be really, really careful if I'm someone that can protect themselves, like a woman or children, or you're a teenager. Like, man, you probably don't want to be rocking Charlie Kirk shirts and gear anywhere in a liberal city. If you have a blue county, you probably shouldn't. Demonic and spiritual attacks happen so quickly, so rough, and it won't even make sense why it's happening, just like the event. Me and the wife were actually talking about that, how we would love to rock a shirt and support, but at the same time, we just can't because we know any crazy psychopath can just see you rocking a Charlie Kirk shirt and just decide to put a bullet in your head. It's gross, the world that we live in. So I really have to say you gotta be careful. So if I'm these teams, sadly, not saying anything doesn't really mean you're not supporting. It might also mean you're kind of keeping your city safe because probably most of that city is liberal anyways. Football team.
Really quick, I'm going to interrupt you. There's a little announcement I just saw. That
Okay.
remember the man they arrested for initially assassination? He kind of looked like Tim Vance a little bit.
Right.
So now he just admitted to the police that he purposely distracted the police to help Tyler Robinson escape. It was just
That guy's
confirmed.
going away for a very long time.
It was just confirmed. Yeah, because it was a little weird that happened. So there's a lot of stuff that's coming out right now, a lot. And I don't disagree with what you're saying. You don't have to support by wearing T-shirts or getting loud and getting into confrontations. Do what you want to do. But you're not wrong. Take care of yourself. And there's a lot of hate coming out. I was listening to JD Vance, who stepped in for Charlie Kirk yesterday, and he said he went to Disneyland and even before the assassination. People are coming up to this kid saying, "Hey, you should. How can this man be your father? You should leave home." Like they're saying this to a 5-year-old. So there's just a lot of people that are just whacked out right now, like really whacked out. You should go listen to that. JD Vance probably did the best job. He's actually the only vice president I could actually think of that actually did something, actually spoke or
That's
did
tight.
something. You know what I
I
mean?
like that guy.
Me
I like
too.
JD.
Me too. And you know, and I think that sucks. And I think why shouldn't you be able to support somebody that was killed? Because
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like, but I
Well, that's
understand
the
what.
scary part. Yeah, we because we were talking about this. We went to service, and on Sunday, and they were talking about this Charlie Kirk stuff, and yeah, man, it sucks, dude. We just sadly have to, keep our families protected, man. Like
Yeah.
I'm okay rocking a shirt, but I can
All right.
defend myself. But
All right.
nah,
Listen, I got to go on mute for a little bit. I got to pull a Rothmas for about a half hour. I got some calls to do, but I'm here. I'm listening. I'm paying attention. I've got some soul to buy. Last night, I don't know if you guys saw, but there was a project called Awoke. And all of a sudden, Mikey came in, our liquidity pool expert, and he's like, dude, this thing got rugged. I don't know if the dev got hacked or what, but I got it at 43. Right now, it's at 200 or something. I think it's back up to 2 million. I think the guy's going to buy back. The guy is a base guy. I don't think he's a rugger. So take a look at Awoke. It's on its way back to some big numbers. I like it. I got in last night. Just wanted to throw that off at you guys.
yeah, tell them to hit me up with that same deal as well.
Bro, he came on the space and literally just Mikey said, "Hey, the project got
I
rugged."
know the awoke. I know all them. Don't trip. They're all
No,
my
but
homies. You already know this.
but it's low right now, dude. It's a 200.
What
It
did
was
I?
like it was 200 or under 200. I'm
Oh,
saying
it's because everybody clipped their bags already. All them dudes
no.
got
I think the
in.
guy got hacked. I think the guy literally got hacked, and he's buying back.
Okay. I like
Or
it.
they got rid of the bubble. I don't know. I don't believe anybody, but it doesn't matter. I'm in there. I'm up. So who cares? I'm just being honest. I don't believe anybody. The only person I trust, honestly, is EAC because he came here from Polygon, from XRP, Cardano. It was a long road, but he got here. And Brett.
Thanks, bro. That means so much to me.
Yeah,
Seriously.
and I trust Brett because he does all kinds of weird shit. I like him.
Brett is a weird fella.
Fucking weird as hell, but I like him.
Well, wait,
So
guys! I gotta interject.
no, you don't have to interject. What we have to do is warn people of your actions. So I went traveling to the south. I'm not going to tell y'all what state it was because I don't want to dox Brad. But it first started with me sitting at a bench at the park when I looked over to my right and I saw a piece of bread stapled to the tree. In there was a hole in it, so that's how I knew it was bread. And I was like, wait, okay, so bread's been here. So then came, all right, what am I gonna do next? I looked over at the Marinella factory right across the street and I said, wait, I know that guy likes gancitos. I'm on my way to find him. Fitty, I am disgusted to tell you what I found Brad doing with the gancitos in the factory. He was dancing without socks on the cream because he said it needed some Parmesan cheese. To this day, I cannot look at this man without half puking. It is quite gross that gancitos have Parmesan cheese from the feet. Bread. How do you answer this, Fud?
Yes, sir. So how do I answer the FUD? I go ahead. It's what you have to like add some culture
and some like entertainment to these things for these products to sell, because the Gancitos, I mean, they have like some opportunity there, man. I like the burritos. They're a lot better. The strawberry ones, the little fresco ones, those are nice. It's a much better product than the Gancitos. I'd rather have some other little products aside from those, to be honest. But yeah, the cream filling is a very important part, man. You have to make sure the cream is treated properly. Otherwise, it's just gonna be disappointing.
I was disappointed to find out that you have a close relationship with Gancitos at the factory. That was quite bothersome. EAC, does Canadians have Parmesan in their product? We all know it's really dry and cold out there. So what do you guys do with all that extra cheese?
So we went to Costco this weekend, and my daughter had like this garlic, like she tasted this with pasta, and they had Parmesan on it. So yeah, she immediately said, "Dad, I want this for dinner." So we went out and bought a small piece of fresh Parmesan and grated it. But that's what you do for your daughter, because like they got to eat, right? And if you can make the meals that they enjoy to eat, well, you're winning as a parent.
Well, EAC, the alpha is fresh Parmesan, grating it. We've always bought the Parmigiani, the craft or whatever, just comes in a freaking jar, whatever brands there are. But dude, we now bought a block, and we did what, baked ziti the other day, and we did fresh Parmesan, dude. Ooh, it just slaps with a level of freshness. It's just way more thorough. It's like eating.
Yeah, bro.
It's
Like
like
we
eating
don't
cheese.
want that like store bought like processed stuff. You got to go with fresh, like melted on. Yeah, I agree.
And for those people that don't know, stop buying shredded cheese. Buy the blocks, wash it, and then shred it yourself. Stop being such a freaking wuss. Oh, I don't have the arm strength to shred this for 20 minutes. Man, stop being soft. Shred your damn
You're gonna
cheese.
fuck up your meal.
Americans
You
are
will fuck
killing
up your
you.
meal.
Well, yeah, America's killing you with the shredded cheese. I'm telling y'all. Yeah.
Make any cheese sauces whatsoever. If you use that pre-shredded shit, they have an anti-caking agent that'll cause it to break when you get to the right temperature, man. It's fucked.
That sounds very dangerous.
It is. You don't stick your wee-wee in there either.
What the heck?
Timbo, I know you and him used to be bunkmates back at the celly. I'm not gonna dox your guys' location, but I think Magic and Timbo have created numerous magical encounters.
I'll say this: the military and penitentiary enthusiasts definitely have a lot in common.
Dude, fucking right. The difference is very little. I mean, there's a monetary system that's underground, and there's an overt monetary system. Our access to punani is a little bit better, not gonna lie, and our mail does not get checked as thoroughly. but
bro.
clearly, mail can make it through if it has to, right?
Man, that's the wrong.
How about that? How about that ape coin on Sol, guys? It's pretty interesting, eh?
Hey.
Ooh, tell me about that ape coin, brother. What we aping today, bro?
So
I don't know, dude.
Well, okay? Let's back up. So the ape coin's already live. We know this for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so you see ape coin on Meteora. What's the market cap? 800K? What? No.
That's not bad. That's
Dude.
decent.
It says it has 1 million. Man, I swear.
I don't think that can be right, dude.
Dex
ApeCoin
is-
was like a multi-high $1 million asset. I mean, it was $19 a coin at one time.
Well, what I'm trying to tell you, what's 58 cents, 1 million in liquidity. Dex screeners is busted. Let me grab the CA, take it a bird eye. Dex screeners, aggregators are honestly one of the worst. Like, don't use it. I know we pay for Dex for tokens and this and that, but
What about using Phantom to watch that stuff? Is that the same, or am I off completely fucked up?
Nah, you're slow.
Phantom's butt. You need to get better. Just download the app. You can download Bird Eye, really good. Dex obviously does work with tokens that don't have numerous liquidity pools. So
Does
like
CoinGecko work on that shit too?
it does, but not all the tokens. You have to be listed on there. Otherwise, you just have to post the contract and it'll give you some contract details. So yes, CoinGecko is good. Bird
Okay.
Eye is just
But a lot of
not
work.
accurate for any token that has more than one liquidity pool. Like my
Huh.
token, for example, I have like 4, right? It only shows the one and it shows the other ones as holders, not pools. So Dex Screener is just
That's
full of
fucked up a little bit.
yeah, Dex Screener is full of retardation. Like when it comes to tracking these tokens. So I pay for it, for the clutch token, and I'm getting ready to just pay for Bird Eye. Bird Eye is just a lot more efficient. They track every single liquidity pool. But yeah, man, we're sitting at 150K market cap with about 50K in liquidity, dog. So my LP is so thick. Andrew needs to be freaking controlled because Andrew's always trying to come after my thick liquidity pools, bro. Like he's been known, like, all right, Clutch's got a thick LP. Yeah, I'm taking it. Yeah, that's not cool, Andrew. I don't appreciate that approach.
I'm a dope fiend, man. I'm building my bag of dope, so I got to get liquidity from somewhere.
I understand that.
You also have to take into account that this is just like ApeCoin that got ported over or wormhole hold over to Solana. So
Right.
the actual supply on Solana is going to be different than the actual supply that's out there. So that's probably why it shows a 100 or 800K market cap, because that's all it's on there.
Right.
If that
No,
makes sense. Now the 1
it
million
does.
pool.
870K market cap divided by what's it? 1.23 in liquidity. Hold on. Yeah, it's only a little bit of tokens ported over. People have to provide that liquidity, so I'll be curious to see who did that. Bird Eye has the same market cap, pulling all the liquidity pools from what I'm looking at. Yeah, that's the actual fully diluted market cap on Solana. So yeah, you're early, guys, 100%. What's the market cap of ApeCoin normally, Andrew? Do you happen to know? 2, 3, 400 mil? Someone go to Coin Gecko. Let me go to Coin Market Cap. Someone go to Coin Gecko. I'm already
I'm
opening
getting it
that.
up now.
Okay, I'm typing in ape. Let me go tell you the. There's no arbitrage as the price is the same aggregated across. 400 million, 440 total. With the unlocks, 523. The fully diluted would be 585 million. So let's just call this a half a billion chain. I think that's fair, right? It's in the 4 to 600K. So we'll take the average,
Yeah.
right? So we have a $500,000 token that has almost 1 million. So it has 0.2% of its value on Solana. If you start seeing that market cap on Solana rise, it just simply means more and more people are porting some over. So we did this with BitCat when we did a cross bridge with Bitcoin. So someone had to go provide the liquidity. So like, cause on Bitcoin, how it works, you don't just, sell you don't list the token, or you don't just sell the token into a liquidity pool, right? It works different. You have to list it kind of like an NFT. So I had to go list BitCat tokens so then people could buy BitCat on Bitcoin, not Solana, if that makes sense. So what you're doing right now is you're just seeing the port over, but it's really not translating into any kind of a run. So there's no arbitrage to take advantage of. I was looking for any kind of opportunity. At this point, man, I might just be trying to short this. All this money that comes in on the Sol side, they see nothing happens. They might just ejectocito, cuz. Oops, sorry. Came off mute on the Clutch Foundation. What's cracking? Who else got a take for this? I'm not really fond of this move.
Well, you've already heard my take. If like you said, you're gonna short it as they take it off. Like it makes sense because it's like, well, I don't. It's one of those things. What do you expect to actually happen? Like people just all of a sudden like, hey, I'd like to buy some ApeCoin now. I wasn't going
Right.
to. I wasn't going to beforehand, but now that it's on Solana, I'll go ahead and do that.
Well, Hermit,
Like if you
let me explain this though,
go ahead.
because this is like a big indicator. They tried duplicating what Pengu did while trying to reinvent the wheel. Pengu already had an established ecosystem and they did a massive ass airdrop. Correct me if I'm wrong, but did Ape do any kind of airdrop for Solana to incentivize this many people to pay attention to your Ethereum crap?
Well, and also Pengu
No.
launched like their token on Sol. Like they didn't have a token prior, right?
Nonetheless, it doesn't matter. The token came to existence on the chain after they set it, right? And at that point, they donated a bunch of freaking money. You know, they gave a lot of freaking money to Solana OGs. Dude, I personally made almost 20 grand in airdrops. Freaking amazing. I still have a bag of Pengu that I'm free rolling for life because I'm like, dude, what the heck am I supposed to do now with this? Save it. And heck yeah, bro, it's just been growing and growing. So the way I see it, what did Ape do for Solana to justify the welcome aspect of it? Go ahead, Matt.
I was around when all that ape nonsense started back in the last cycle. Imagine buying the top of one of those NFTs and going, "Oh yeah, surely our team this is going to be amazing. We're going to have this huge video game. Everything's going to be awesome." And we're in the next cycle now, and now we're talking about fuckery related to porting over to Solana, and it's just a big mess. What have they been doing for like 5 years with all of this IP and fun?
Well, they spent $1 million launching Ape Express, their competitor to Pump Fund, which then the guy who created it is shilling.
Where'd that go? Where'd all the money go?
I like them, don't get me wrong, they're OGs, and I want them to do something. I want that game to come out. I want them to be top meme coin. But when they launch a chain just for sake of it's their own chain, like you got to be doing stuff. That's why I'm bullish on Solana now and Pump, because they're making difference. Like I wanted to say, if you control the memes, you control the meta, and that's what Solana is doing. Like the Doodles, they have a token on Solana. They're OG ETH. Pudgy Penguins, they have a token on Solana paired with their NFTs. They know, like everyone in the Pudgy Penguin community gets it. Solana is the meme coin market. Like if you can't beat them, you join them. But as a builder, it makes no sense to have your NFTs on a chain with a different wallet address than your meme coin on a completely layer one. Like you can't pair those two together. You can't ever sell your until the ag layer comes out or something. You can't sell your NFTs for Solana because they're on different chains.
Question: Why would somebody take that much effort to do that? That seems like an extra step not needed. Am I reading that wrong?
Exactly. It is an extra step. They're doing things the difficult way. And I mean, I didn't even know this was happening when I've been so tapped in, is like, they're really dropping the ball, man. There should have been a lot more like hype built up. They should have done this in a lot more of a professional way, in my opinion, especially with all of the resources and just the mind share that it has from the previous cycle. It's like it's the same thing that happened with the Solana circle. This, like, people tried to revive Saitama. I'm not sure how that's even going still, but I stayed away from that because I got so fucking wrecked in 2021 off of the original Saitama that it just left a bad taste in my mouth.
The other thing is, like, they launched the whole kind of ape chain coin in the beginning because it was ownership of the DAO. Like the more you hold of the coin, it gives you ownership of the DAO. And then what did they do? They just, oh, there's no more DAO anymore. So what's the whole point of your whole coin? What's the point of your chain? Why didn't you just launch on a what does your chain do different other than you're the centralized owner of it? Like apes really support apes and they build for apes and they have a super strong community, but that's kind of bearish. Like build changes for entire Web3, do stuff that's already doing stuff. If a chain's already better and already doing, which is Solana, it's the meme coin meta, just build on Solana. Like you at this point, I don't know, bro. Like I think that if you have an NFT collection, you should have it the same be on the same chain as your meme coin.
I mean, common sense, right?
It's not so common these days.
I mean, I'm bearish on that take only simply because it's crypto. Do you think MasterCard should just worry about MasterCard and reaching people that are already actively there? Should we advertise and send emails with marketing specials only to MasterCard? No. They
No,
send,
like, but yo, the reason for that is because it's a whole different blockchain, though. Like, it's a different wallet. It makes it super difficult for users. But like,
bro, you
I
can't
agree
even
with
use
your take.
Discover and MasterCard and Visa all at the same stores. We get that. Being different, American Express, I had to adjust to the way I use my points. When I had my American Express Platinum, I had my gold and I had my platinum. Andrew knows, dude, I had no limit on that bad boy. You know what I'm saying? It was freaking insane. Like at first, it came with a freaking 150K limit. Then they raised it to $500,000, and then they put no limit on that bad boy. And it was a learning experience, dude. Like trying to figure out how to navigate my business with American Express versus Visa and Mastercard because it was completely different.
Plus no limit, but you got to pay it off every month.
Well, duh, the freaking 30. Yeah, but that just shows you that even if I drop 3, 4, 5 mil, we were paying this bad boy off. That's how you really build your business credit. And it was actually a 45-day net for me, dude. So it was even better. With the 60-day, I would only pay 1.5%. So it was actually some amazing funding money. But like the issue that I'm telling y'all, I had to switch vendors because one vendor didn't take American Express. How is that any different than ApeCoin having to reteach someone what they need to do with wallet? Keep in mind, I don't like ApeCoin. I don't like anything Ethereum really. Like Base is because of Coinbase. I'm bullish on Base. I'm not bullish on the rest. And simply it's because you see the issue here. They released this token on Solana, and they really don't have any form of hype education videos. Like this should have been a big campaign. This wasn't a big campaign. Pudgy's campaign was huge. It was really huge. And like when you start looking at like the things that these chains do, this is what makes me bearish on them versus bullish on them. If this was anybody else, man, they would have hyped this up so much, dude, that it would have came and made a ton of noise. So if you guys wonder why I'm bearish on Ethereum, dudes, it's over the fact that they act like, oh, I'm on Ethereum, you should just worship me. Look, we're ApeCoin. Look at who we are. Just buy. And you're not seeing it happen for a reason, man. Even Pudgy, we didn't buy. They gave us a bunch of free money. We nuked it on them. We saw that they were still working. It bottomed out. Then they got the support. It's a freaking process, man.
People don't like change. Hard to get people to jump over. I mean, look at EAC for example. It's nearly impossible to convince him to stop shilling his chain, even though I've offered him $100 million behind the scenes. But it's I think Ethereum it's always going to have its place, but something that people, I've said this for a while. Bitcoin is the digital gold. Ethereum is the digital silver, in the sense that both are very large scale assets. But in the real world, even silver has a lot more technological uses. And so the value isn't necessarily directly correlated based on use. Even in crypto, I mean, Bitcoin is like this giant dinosaur store of value. Ethereum is kind of the same way when it comes to, I guess, at least price action. If you invested in Ethereum a couple years ago, you're not up to too much. So when it comes to like what these people are doing, where's all the innovation being pushed to the masses? There's so much money being played around with, but it seems like it's all going back into the same 5% of the global population, and it's not actually trying to onboard non-crypto people.
No, I like it. Makes sense. So if you're Ape Chain and this launch isn't going how you thought it would, how do you make it better? Like, what would you do if you're in charge of Ape Chain? Right. Matter of fact, let's talk to a base protocol deeper. I'm glad you're here because you are the perfect reason why I'm bullish on you versus always bearish on Ethereum MFers, right? They bank on the Ethereum. I don't know if you caught my take because I saw you rug right when I was saying it, but Ethereum people bank on, hey man, support me, love me based off of what I've done for you before, right? Pudgy penguins were like, yo, I don't matter what we've done before. All our Ethereum people in here in the best way that Solana people love being said hello to, free money, right? We cheated on them. We then supported them when we saw they kept working. So Ape Chain came over here, did nothing for Solana besides, oh, let's just try to grab some Ponzi volume. They're getting almost nothing, right, for that powerful of an organization. So if you're them, what do you change? What would you do different starting right away? Because clearly it's not working.
Yeah. One trying to produce a product would be to not get into the politics between chains. And the ultimate goal should be to work towards the most access to the most users. So I think what Pudgies did was really smart because it had that backing from Ethereum. I was a big Pudgy holder, and I fully supported them going to launch their meme coin on Solana. It made a lot of sense. You want to be very political about the chains that they operate on. I've done a lot of stuff on Solana. I've done a lot of stuff, even though I came from like an EVM background. So I think that you don't want to be too political about it.
Right. Well, they should have just taken 10,000 wallets and given everybody freaking $5. What's 100 grand for them? Eight change freaking ends up in your freaking wallet. I mean, these dudes are stacked, right? They could have added even more. I mean, Penguins gave away a lot of freaking money, knowing that it would be detrimental in the beginning, hurt the chart. But you seen Luca kept buying those dips with the extra money that they had, right? And so to me, it just really comes down to you think you're better than the ecosystem situation here, and Solana's just not falling for it.
You know what Ape Chain can do, or Ape can do, is actually just start shipping whatever it is they said they were going to ship, and then make it better. Like I don't think it's like complicated. Um, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, probably if they don't do it already, just wait till they decide that, hey, yeah, we're going to also start streaming our streaming service like Pump Fund and just stuff like that. Like at some point, it's like just start actually making your chain better that makes people actually want to be on there. I don't, you may have to invent the wheel on that, but yeah, I don't know what it's going to take, honestly, but just do what you're going to do. Like, do what you said you're going to do. Don't wander around aimlessly. We've seen what happens when projects start wandering around aimlessly. And yeah, with like DGods go to Ethereum, then they come back, and then they launch on the Utes on Polygon. I think the Utes are still there, but you don't hear much about Utes. You don't hear much about DGods anymore. So they just need to figure it out. They need to sit down and figure it out.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Implementation and coming up with an idea. Implement them. They're fucking useless.
Facts. A lot of idea men
Well-
don't make it, right? And here, let me remove the Clutch Foundation so I can bring a sub. Look at that. The Clutch Foundation is not sub to Clutch. Removed. In case you ever get mad when I rotate you, when you're not a frickin' subscriber of mine and a subscriber, is requesting to speak, and I remove you, well, I just remove my own account. How does that make you feel, you crybaby? What's up, Serge?
Morning, guys. Usually I can't make it because I work till 6 a.m. doing my grind. So I'm usually asleep when you run your space. But this morning I woke up and went, hey, Clutch is running space. So I'm going to hop on. So I've been sitting here listening to you guys. I could care less about Ape Chain. So I'm going to move on to different. EAC, I DM'd you about your 1% thing yesterday. If you want to check that whenever you can, I'd appreciate that. Clutch, though, tell me why I should use lab trade. I've heard it enough in your space, but I want to know why I should use lab trade compared to anything else, and see if I can
That's it.
get inspired to shift over.
Oh, that's too easy.
So you hear my granddaughter in the background here. It's okay. So she's having her morning music lesson.
I'm a shill specialist when it comes to shilling some stuff, and it's just very simply put. When it comes to lab trade, they didn't want to reinvent that has all the same features, right? You can just copy paste the Addy and hit buy from Telegram. They all have the same lab trade included. Where they try to sell you the dream is that Axiom, GMGM, Bonk, right? All these different ones, they have their own protocols, their own aggregators, and basically their own platform that they want to promote and push, where they want you to show up there and do everything through them. The way Lab Trade does it, and this is why they're half on the fees compared to everybody else's 1%, only 0.5%, saves you a ton of money utilizing. You can pay the same 1% and just get priority, so you never get MEV'd. That's a whole different strategy, but you have the access to having more money in your pocket from your trading using a bot, with Lab Trade. Number two, they don't need their aggregator. They just operate as an extension, just like your Phantom wallet, which you connect and you can operate on that site without having to worry about performance issues. And if that site is down, you just simply get routed to other areas to submit your trade. So lab trade number 2, super sick right there. That's reason number 2. And here's the third reason why you want to do it. There is a token coming out next month. No one else has their token.
There we go.
They keep freaking promising this. I'm already on the top of the leaderboards. I'm already farming the heck out of this. I'm making lab trade posts. You need to get on it with me. Make lab trade posts. Use my link. Sign up. You're going to have a bot that gives you half the fees that you normally would pay. You can use anything you like. Axiom, GMGM, whatever. This works as an extension above it. Imagine you're on Dex Screener, bro, and there's a little tab to the left where your wallet's just there. And then you just copy paste the Addy from Dex Screener and boom, buy. Earlier today, I'm not going to tell y'all the ticker just yet, but deeper. We have base on lab trade, And I was looking through the Deeper Launchpad and started looking at tokens that have been running and what kind of action do they have. And I saw the first token migration on Deeper, so I aped it all from my left. Instantly execute the trade, and it only cost me 0.5%, not 1% like everything else.
Yeah, I've been chatting with Deeper on the site also, and I'm really liking what they have to present.
Yes, sir. We joined the Deeper family, last week, and it's been a joyous first week with really getting